Starting a print-on-demand business can be overwhelming with all the different steps and strategies involved. It's tough to figure out where to even begin, right? Well, in today's video, I'm going to walk you through the exact strategy I use to build my own successful print-on-demand business, reaching 6 and even 7 figures in revenue. So if I had to start all over again today with nothing, this is precisely the strategy I would use. And look, I've been sharing these strategies with a couple of my friends over the last year, helping them generate collectively over $1.2 million. So these aren't just random tactics, they are proven, effective methods that have real results. And so if that sounds interesting, make sure to subscribe and let's jump right into it. The best part about print on demand is that it allows you to sell your own custom designed t-shirts, mugs, posters, and so on without the need to order them in bulk before even knowing if they would sell well. You can directly offer these products without ever having to buy them first. And it works like this. You put an artwork on different items that you choose, and then you list them on your website. But you don't actually create the products yet. They will be made only once someone orders them. So you don't need to spend any money until you have already made a sale. This is awesome because it means you don't risk ending up with a garage full of stuff nobody wants. Plus, this business is mostly passive. Once you set everything up, you can earn money while traveling, watching a movie, participating in a competitive duck herding, and even while sleeping. And to start, you just need 4 things: a product you want to sell, a cool artwork for it, a website to sell it on, and customers who want to buy it. Now, choosing a product to sell is the easy part, but if you get it wrong, you can easily ruin your business. So let's break it down into 3 clear points that can guide your decision. First, let's talk about picking an evergreen product. This is something that people will always need. These items don't just go out of style, which means you'll worry less about trends fading away. We focus on these because ultimately what sells isn't just the mug or t-shirt itself, it's the design on it. So even if these products seem common, the demand will always be there, making them solid choices. For example, the product that kickstarted my print-on-demand business was a simple black mug. And it's simple, yes, but it's sold because the demand is always there. Now, second, you need to make sure that the product is profitable. It's not worth selling something if it doesn't make you decent money, right? I aim for products that can give me at least 30% profit margin. For example, if I sell a mug that costs me $15 to make and ship, I'll sell it for about $25 to $60. After covering all costs, including those sneaky transaction fees, I can still hit that 30% margin. It's about balancing cost and potential earnings. One thing that helped me a lot is checking out other shop stats that could be really helpful as well. But remember, if you sell in bigger volumes, like with cheaper items such as mugs for example, you might accept a lower margin because you're selling more overall. For the third and final point, the product must have universal appeal. This means it should be something you can adapt to various interests, hobbies, and trends. For example, a mug can be marketed to different professions or personal passions. The key here is versatility, a good base product that allows you to apply countless artworks and designs that fit different tastes. By focusing on these 3 elements, so evergreen potential, profit, and universal appeal, you can choose a product that will always have demand, brings in solid revenue, and attracts a large audience. Now, you might have the coolest product out there, but if it doesn't look appealing or catch the eye, it probably won't sell well. This is a classic example of where understanding customer psychology comes into play. It's not just about the product itself, but about connecting with what people are already passionate about, like their hobbies, pets, or even their hometown. And so here comes the tricky part, figuring out what to create and for who. And this might sound a bit complicated, but don't worry, I've been there and I learned this the hard way with my own first list of products, which honestly were not great. So how do you start? Well, a bit of research, of course, is your best friend here. And I like to use Etsy for this because it shows all the sales data right there for everyone to see. Just by looking at these numbers, you can tell which shops are selling a lot of products. You can also check their number of reviews if you go inside their page. For example, if you're thinking about selling stickers, you would go on Etsy, search for stickers, and you can quickly see which shops are popular. And most shops receive about 1 review for every 8 to 10 items sold. So reviews are a very good indicator for success. Then you can click on the shops, check if they sell the kind of stickers you want to sell, and take notes of the themes that they are using. Now, what I usually do is I scroll a bit down to what I like to call the gold section. I know, sorry, but I like to call it this way because it shows what customers are actually buying and love it enough to leave a review. You might find unique niches, and these insights are very valuable since you could immediately cut down on a lot of competition. By consistently applying this method, you can easily come up with design ideas made for specific customers, greatly increasing the chance of success. But how can you transform those ideas into real, tangible designs that can catch someone's eye? Well, the key here isn't to start from scratch or create something overly complicated. One thing I learned from experience is that really often it's the simplest designs that grab attention and really sell well. Now, there are 3 different methods to create these artworks. The first method is the traditional handcrafted design. Let's say, for example, you want to sell mugs. A lot of the top sellers use basic text designs with a creative twist on the font. You can even use ChatGPT to help you generate catchy phrases. But if handcrafting isn't your thing, as a second method, you could consider buying pre-made designs. This is as straightforward as it sounds. You find designs that you like, and once you buy them, you can use them in your store. For example, this shop made thousands of dollars selling this simple t-shirt design. But all they did is they just bought the design once and then use it in their own store. And to find a specific design, you just right-click on the image and then use Google Lens to search for its original source. As you can see, you can buy this artwork for just a few bucks and then use it yourself. This approach saves a lot of time and lets you focus on selling. But the third method is definitely my favorite. It involves creating the artwork using AI tools like Midjourney or Leonardo AI. You can simply type out what you want and the AI does the rest. The best part about this method is that every design you generate will be unique and most of the times will look incredible. I suggest using Leonardo AI since it has a feature called content reference, which allows you to use the same content in an image and then just change the style of it. So if a design sells well, you can then just apply different styles on the same design to satisfy different interests. If you want to give Leonardo a try, I'm leaving you a link in the description down below. Now that you've come up with some great product ideas and you've got awesome designs ready to go, you might think you're all set, right? Well, there is a critical decision still to be made: picking the right print provider. This choice is crucial because if the quality of the printing sucks or the products take ages to arrive to customers, you're basically guaranteed to fail. After trying several different print-on-demand platforms, I can confidently say that the overall best one out there is currently Printify. I've used Printify for years now, and they've generally been the best to work with. Plus, they have the best profit margins. But what really sets Printify apart is their massive network of print providers. This isn't just about having options, it's about quality and speed. You can pick a provider not just based on who offers the best price, but who also has the fastest turnaround time or the best reviews. Also, because of their large network, they negotiate better rates, which means more profit for you on each sale. Additionally, integrating Printify into your Etsy or Shopify shop is very simple. But the absolute best thing about Printify for me is their huge product range. Whether you're looking to print on t-shirts, mugs, blankets, or even something more unique, Printify got you covered. Lastly, if things go sideways, maybe an order gets lost or there's a print issue, Printify's support team really makes sure any issues are solved quickly, which keeps your customers happy and keeps them coming back. I huge shout out to Printify, since they're even sponsoring this video. But honestly, I would have recommended them anyway. So you've designed your products and they're ready to go with Printify, but we are still missing a place to sell them. And there are quite a few options out there, but if you're just starting out, I recommend setting up a shop on Etsy. It's super user-friendly and completely free to start. But not only because of that, Etsy has over 95 million active buyers. That's a lot of potential customers for your products. Etsy is great for beginners because they bring customers to your shop. And with all this combined, you could seriously grow your business. Once you started making some sales and feel more confident, you could explore other platforms like Shopify, which is a bit more customizable. But for now, Etsy is a fantastic starting point because it's straightforward and effective. Now, lastly, and this is probably the most crucial part, is to get people to notice, pick, and buy your products among a sea of options. This can be tricky, but it becomes much more manageable once you understand the strategy behind it. Imagine you're a shopper online. What catches your eye? How do you decide to buy one product over another? That's where the power of visualization comes into play. We need to get inside the mind of potential customers and help them picture owning the product we are selling. This is one of the most overlooked yet crucial parts of this process, and it involves something called mockups. Mockups are essentially images that show our products as if they were real and already in someone's room. These images help build trust and make that first connection with potential buyers. You probably noticed that the top sellers across any online platform have mastered the use of effective mockups to boost their sales. Often these successful mockups are available for anyone to buy and use for their own products. You can even buy them on Etsy, usually just for a few dollars. But there is another really important step that helps customers find your shop. It involves the use of what we call SEO, or search engine optimization. This is just a fancy way of saying we need to pick the right keywords that people are typing into Etsy when they're looking for something to buy. Let's say you're selling a love mug. You'd start by searching for love mug on Etsy and then pay attention to the top results that usually have the best keywords. You can check out their keywords by looking at their listing titles and the tags at the bottom of their listing page. Tags are just words or short phrases that describe the product. Now you might wonder, why not just pay for ads to get your product seen? Well, ads can be helpful, but they can also be pricey, and they're only as effective as the product itself. Plus, ads still rely on good SEO to work well. If you use the right keywords, you can help your products climb up to the top of the search results without spending extra on ads. This approach is about being smart with your keywords and also patient enough to let your products naturally rise up in the rankings. It might take a little longer than paying for visibility, but it can be just as effective. This way, you're building a solid foundation for your business that doesn't rely only on your advertising budget. So be patient and watch your products begin to stand out in the crowd. Now, what about creating an AI influencer that brings in the money for you? Well, if you're interested in this, you can check out this video right here. But before you do so, don't forget to subscribe if you want to increase your wealth. I see you over there.